Hey, welcome back everybody. Monday Morning Briefing, episode number 86. It's November the 29th. It's a Tuesday, and our Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale ended last night around midnight, give or take. Got it all to shut down and everything. I want to thank everybody that participated this weekend starting last Friday. It was really good. You guys kind of blew us away as far as, the kind of things that you were looking for. We tried to just keep inventories up on as much stuff as we possibly could. I was also in the shop all weekend cutting and trying to refill best I could based on what material I have. And if you were kind of monitoring the website or the Cut Bench page, you might have seen that we kind of added some things that we haven't added before. As far as the material pack page, our gunslings went super fast. As you may have noticed, they sold out pretty quick, and then we added some more on, I think twice over the weekend for the ones that were more popular, like the shaped 910 and things like that. People seem to really want those more than the 5.6 by a little bit, not much. They both sell really well. So we're happy to see that, because that means that you got projects to build with those, whether they're gifts or whether they're orders. That's a really good deal, and that's what we like to see. So we're glad we could supply you with those. Real quick, the pattern packs were probably one of our hottest sellers this weekend, and we kind of tracked it based on last year. This is our third year of doing the Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale, and this was our biggest year yet. So it's one of those deals where I'm really looking at what we sold last year versus what we sold this year, and kind of the quantities and things like that, so that we better have an idea for next year, and also for different content to create for you in the coming year. So this is a great test situation here, as well as for you in your shop. Christmas time is an awesome test center to where you can just go through there and see what are people ordering, what are people asking for, and you can try to find those needs and try to fill those best you can. And that's basically what we do. It's just kind of it's not really a stab in the dark. It's an educated guess based on history. So if this is your first year in leatherwork, you don't have a whole lot of history, but as you move forward, keep records of that stuff. Keep records of how many belts you made, how many handbags did you make, how many wallets do you make. Keep track of all of those, and from year to year, over some time, you can begin to start seeing those trends, and then maybe even help out of that information on what new products to develop. And maybe your wallets are really, really hot and they like the little money clip style wallets, but you want to come up with something a little bit different. That's something we're looking at. Our money clip wallets have always been a popular item amongst our consumers, just in general public that wants to buy something. But even with you guys, the pattern pack sold just as well this year as it did last year, and it's an older pattern pack. And the material packs, both blemish and premium grade, are selling equally well too. So we're going to try to maybe come up with a few more wallet designs, so you can see how that information can kind of help you going forward. But I say all that to say that we were really, really excited with the printed pattern packs this year, because we had so many of them. Last year, I'm not sure how many we had. It was probably maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5, I don't remember. But this year we had quite a few more, and we dropped 2 brand new ones for this sale. So the rifle saddle scabbard, as well as the crossbody fanny pack. And both of those sold out super fast, as well as our new clutch wallet, which we did a big refill before we started this thing on the existing pattern packs, and I had my initial order on the new ones. But on some of them, we sold out really fast. The rifle sling sold out. We've got more of those coming. We've got another order in that's kind of on a rush, so it'll be here this week. We're working through all of the orders, so hopefully by the time we get to your order, if you ordered Sunday, will probably be a day or so before we get to those orders. So once that gets here, hopefully we've got them here. We can just fill and go. If you ordered on Friday, we might be holding your order back until we get the pattern packs in to put in your order. So if we're just kind of letting everybody know that we did sell out on so many of those. One of the main ones was the new clutch wallet. For some reason, I didn't order enough of those. That's an older pattern. We didn't sell a ton of those last year because it's an older pattern and most people already had it. But this year, for some reason, a lot of people were buying that printed pattern pack. It originally was a digital pack, and all I did was send the file to our printer, had a pretty envelope made, and they printed the exact same thing you would print on your printer, and that's how we sold it. So, for the printed pack, but it was easy for people that didn't want to fool with having to print it and make sure it's the right size. But we sold out on it. But instead of holding an order, if you ordered a new clutch wallet in particular, pattern pack printed, and then everything else we have for your order, we're just printing those off on our printer. We have a bigger printer nowadays here in the shop. We actually have like a professional office printer. It's an inkjet or whatever it is. It's fancy, but it keeps up with what we need to do, and for handouts and different things that we're doing. And so I told Claudia, I said, I don't want to hold an order up for something that we could print, and it's the exact same deal that you would get in the envelope minus the pretty envelope. So if you get one of these in your order early on, we have more coming, like I said, but for now I don't want to hold your order up. But if you get one of these just regular manila envelopes, this is the new Clutch wallet. It's the exact same patterns that come in the one with the fancy envelope. If you just really want a fancy envelope, shoot me an email. We'll get you one. But right now, I'm just trying to keep all the orders moving as swiftly as possible, and that way we can get you your stuff in case you're needing it for Christmas or projects or things like that. So, like I said, if you do just happen to just really want the envelope with the picture on the front and all that, just shoot me an email. I'm sure I can hook you up and get you one and stick it in an order in the future, and that way you have one to just stick those pages in there. But like I said, it is the exact same. It's actually printed on their paper, the same as the printed packs, because we buy our paper from them. So it's exactly the same, but just letting you know that in case you get that, you're like, why is it in this envelope? That's why. Just didn't want to hold your order up. Now, if you got a rifle sling, pattern pack, I'm trying to think of that we were out of another one. There's a couple of them that we were out of. We filled a bunch of orders on Friday and Saturday, so that ate up most of what we had, and that was with a refill, so we were really shocked on that. But we're learning. Every year we get a little bit better on how many quantities of everything we need. But anyway, if you did have an order with some of those that were back ordered on, we're holding that back until that gets here, and that way we can fill everything up in your box and get that out. Also, we had a few people that shopped all weekend. So they had emailed me and said, hey, I bought 2 or 3 different orders. They're like shop a little bit on Friday, and then on Saturday they saw I'd refilled something, they'd order something else. And they said, is there any way you combine all that? We're doing our best to do that. It's a lot of orders. It's just me and Claudia in here. Try to get the kids to help, but they get kind of distracted, and I don't trust them putting the exact same correct stuff in your box. So I'm kind of, letting them help, but kind of also trying to oversee a lot. But we're going to do our best to, if you have multiple orders, Claudia's doing her best to catch all those and put all those in maybe one bigger box or however she can, and then hopefully saving you some on the shipping. We'll go through those, and if there is a savings on the shipping, if we end up being able to do that for you, we'll certainly take care of that for you and get that done. But like I said, I can't promise you that we're going to catch every one just because there's so many orders, and if you ordered on Friday and then not till Sunday, we're not even to Sunday orders yet. We're still working through and trying to get everything kind of packaged up and everything else. So if she doesn't catch it, I apologize, but we'll certainly take care of you and get you the stuff headed your direction as quickly as possible. But yeah, it's been really fun. It's been kind of learning experience for us as well in our shipping department. Just a little brief history. Like I said, this is our 3rd year of doing the Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale in its normal form, the way you've seen it this year and last year. We did it when we were in Wheelock, but we really didn't have much. I think all we had was digital patterns at that time, and I had some caps. That's pretty much it. So that Black Friday sale was pretty simple. All I really shipped out was caps. As we've grown over the 3 years we've been here and done this sale, it's definitely grown every single year by a little bit. That's all I look for, is just a little bit of growth. We don't need a double and triple sales everywhere. That's kind of pie in the sky. It's a hard thing to do. It's a great thing if it happens, but it very rarely happens. So just a little bit of increase. That's what you should look at too on your business. If you're up 10% from last year, that's a home run. That's great, especially these days. In the economy, you don't know what's going on with the economy, so you just kind of do your job, stay focused, and hope you can see a little bit of increase in that. But as we move along through this, we've learned that, originally she was shipping out of the office, which if you've been here, the office is not very big at all, but at that time it worked. And then that first Black Friday, it was pretty rough trying to get everything boxed up and out of there, and everything. It was just a big problem there trying to ship out of that little small space. So now we've set her up a shipping station back here in the back of the workshop. That's been working great during a day-to-day business, throughout the year. It works great. Sometimes it gets a little cluttered because she's got a lot of shipments on a particular day, but it worked great last year for Black Friday. This year, it's even worse. We have so many more material packs now that we didn't have last year. So that's so many more product bins and things like that, and trying to get everything kind of organized so that we have a swift flow of packaging and shipping and getting stuff to the post office. So we're actually learning some of that today. It's probably boring stuff you don't really care about, but if you're doing a lot of shipping on different products, it's interesting to see different big companies, how they flow and how they handle their shipping. It'd be interesting to kind of see Aaron at Makers Leather Supply do a video on how their shipping system runs. Aaron, if you're listening, that's kind of what I'd like to see, is a video of how kind of their system. How do they do it? How do they when they have a big day, say Black Friday kind of situation, Cyber Monday situation, how are him and his crew organizing the fulfillment, the boxing, the labeling, and then the taking it to the post office or whatever. It'd just be interesting to see, because we can all use that in our shops just for normal day-to-day shipping would really be helpful. But we're doing something different today. Yesterday, she was kind of just doing it like she's been doing it, and I can see some pain points in her flow just because of the clutter. It's nothing with her. It's just the way we've got it organized. It's just not real conducive for this amount of trying to get, multiple orders out in a day so that we can stay on task. So I came in here this morning first thing, and my first goal was do this video, give y'all an update, let y'all know that the sale was over, kind of let you know what was going on. And then also I wanted to kind of try something. So I pulled everything off her shelves, all of the bins with all of our product and everything in here, and I laid it out on this big cut table. One thing means I can't do any work today on this table because it's just everywhere. But the nice thing is I can see right now, just looking across here, what I'm low on, what I might need to cut some more of, because like our wallets, we don't really count those. I just keep a bin full of them because we sell those all the time, and I can cut those out of, I've got plenty of leather to cut those all the time. I'm never out of enough to cut those. Rifle slings, gun slings, the guitar straps, belts, those kind of things. I have to be really accurate on my count because I can't always go to a side. I might be at a 910 and I can't cut a belt out of scrap. So those kind of things. So this kind of system would make it a lot nicer for me as the cut room manager, if you will, to know what I need to fill for her on these bins. But it also makes it easy for now, if we want to bring somebody in, say seasonally, to help us with fulfillment, we can have some type of system like this where each box is labeled. They don't even have to know what the product is that they're looking at. They just need to know it's in that box, and they can fill the bins. She can fill the boxes, label, it's out the door. She's not having to break every 5 seconds and go find something or do this or do that. So it's just kind of interesting to see some of the fulfillment issues and some of the pain points that we're feeling in here as this side of the business grows, thanks to you guys. And so we're trying to get better. We want to get better. We want it to run smoothly. And this is kind of out of my realm normally. We shipped a lot during Christmas time years ago when we had the big shop. I call it the big shop there in Bryan. We would ship a lot of packages during Christmas time, and Jody was very, very efficient and very good at that. But it's a different deal because it's one item or two items. They go in a box. This is multiple different types of items. We've got raw leather goods. Some are small. We've got some that are large. The belt templates or the jigs, they're really long, so that specifies a certain box. There's just a whole gamut of other information that you've got to have when you're shipping a lot of different type of items, and every order is different. Some of you guys are ordering a couple pattern packs. They go in a nice little envelope, easy peasy, and it goes out. No big deal. If we're doing, if you order a couple patterns and then the belt jigs and then 3 belt blanks or belt kits, whatever, that changes how that packaging is going to go. And that's something that Claudia has to be mindful when she's making the labels and processing and doing all that. So that's a lot of boring stuff you may not be interested in this week after Thanksgiving, headed towards Christmas. But I thought I'd just go over it real quick, just to kind of let you know where we are. Again, the sale was great. I can't thank you guys enough. We really have gotten to where we really enjoy this event. This is our biggest thing that we do every year outside of Waco currently. Waco's a big event for us, and then we get a little bit of break and preparation up to Black Friday. So I see that trend happening every year. It's been really good, and the course has sold good as well, so we're really happy about that. I'm excited to see what you new folks think about the courses, and hope that it adds enough value to you, and you can kind of get started and learn to draw if you got the drawing course, or even improve on your tooling skills if you went ahead and enrolled in the tooling course. I've had a lot of people ask also about the tooling course in particular, about the 30-day access to the critique session. That is just for that part inside the curriculum. You have lifetime access to the course itself. So once you enroll in that tooling course, you can go through it as many times as you want. You can hop around, you can watch all the videos in any order you want to. You don't lose access to that. The critiquing session is the only one that's 30 days. So if you signed up for the tooling course and you haven't done the critiquing, but you're worried that the course is going to end in 30 days, it's not. You have access to it for forever. As long as it's on the internet, we don't lose the internet globally. You're going to have access to that. The critiquing session is where you'll send me pictures of your panels as you tool them, or after you tool them all if you want to, and then I'll give you my advice on some improvements you can make. I might ask you some questions. We'll kind of go back and forth. It's just like an email kind of situation, but we'll kind of go there, and that gives me an opportunity to look at your work. That is the section that I always advise if you're in a position where you're not going to be able to really get to it just yet because it's the holiday season. Maybe you're working some overtime for Christmas. Maybe your job's got you out of town or something. Whatever the case may be, just don't enroll in that part inside the curriculum for the critiquing session. Just don't do anything with that until you're ready, because if you enroll in it now, then yes, it only lasts 30 days. Now, if you've already enrolled in it just because you got excited and you didn't know really understand it and you went ahead and enrolled in it, don't worry about it. Just shoot me an email. We'll get you figured out. I want to be sure that you get those critiques. It's not that critical. What I want to mainly do is just kind of limit how much time we have access to that, because over time, this course is going to be on there forever. 10 years from now, there may be 500 people over that time span that enrolled in that course, and I can't keep up with 500 people if they message every so often, once every 8 months or something. And so this just kind of keeps it short and concise to where you and I can go through your critiques and give you my advice on how I think you can improve, and then we can go from there. And like I said, that gives you 30 days. That's a pretty good time. A lot of people are waiting until they have all 5 panels done, and then they're just sending me 5 pictures of one of each panel, and they're saying, okay, hit me. What do you got? Some people prefer to do one and then get the critiques and try those changes out on the next panel. That's fine too. But you need to be sure that you've got that time commitment to where you're going to be able to kind of get them all tooled within that 30 days. So, but all in all, like I said, everything was good. We're excited to get through this week. Like I said, I'm hoping the next 2 or 3 days we'll have everything shipped out by the end of the week at the latest. Bear with us. Like I said, it's just her and I, and it's a little overwhelming. It's quite a bit of orders, but we'll get it done. We always do. It's not anything different than building a saddle or anything else. You just got to take one step at a time and keep working on it every day. And so we're in here early. We're getting after it. And I want to thank everybody that signed up for the Leathercraft newsletter this year. We've grown that list quite a bit, and it's a fun little community. I really enjoy it. I know I don't send a ton of emails. I'm not bothering you guys too much. Some people say send more. I want to hear what's going on behind the scenes, that kind of stuff. As far as the shop and what we're working on. I just try not to bug people with our newsletter list. That's a pretty sacred ground for us, and so we don't want to bombard you with just pointless emails every day. We send you stuff when it's important and we think you can benefit from it, or you want to hear about something, then we'll send it out. But we're going to try to do some more stuff with that next year, so if you haven't signed up for that yet, you might want to go ahead and do that at dgsaddlery.com. There's a form all over the place within our website, and you can sign up for the Leathercraft newsletter and be on that list. And anytime we send something out, you'll know about the new products and things like that. Speaking of new products, the belt jigs, real quick, they pretty much all sold again. We have some more coming, so we're not completely out. As of the last time I looked, which was last night while I was turning everything off, we had a few of the both option where you can get both of them, and then we had a pretty good amount of the 1 3/4 tapered to 1.5 inches. It was pretty interesting because people either bought, or more commonly people bought the 1.5 inch tapered to 1 inch, or they bought both of them. Not as many people just bought the 1 3/4 tapered to 1.5 inches. And it kind of makes sense, I guess, because if you're not many people build 1 3/4 belts, they're kind of popular down here, but it's also just a good jig for just belts in general. So you can use it for 1.5 inch straight belt. You don't have to necessarily use the tapers, but yeah, by far the 1 inch taper seems to be the more popular one. So we'll keep that in mind. And there might be some more acrylic templates coming in 2023. We're pondering on that right now. I'm looking at that and how y'all's kind of reaction to those jigs that we put out this time, and thinking, well, if people like acrylics, maybe we can do some other things. I'd like to kind of stick to jigs and setup tools and things that you can use on a daily basis, but we also may go ahead and start doing some of our patterns. Just kind of depends on what they are. I'm not going to do a jig for a saddle scabbard. That is a huge piece of acrylic, and be very complicated to ship to you as well. So anyway, we're gonna kind of look at that. We're gonna kind of visit with some people, and there may be some more jigs or acrylic templates coming in 2023 from us if you're interested in them. Let us know in the comments below, or send us an email if you are interested in kind of what jigs or what templates you might like to see that might make things easier for you, or some projects or things like that. But I appreciate you guys watching. We're going to get back to shipping. If you have any questions, issues, concerns, you don't know where your shipment is, whatever, anything that's going on, you can definitely email us. We've been monitoring the email all weekend, so just shoot us an email or give us a call here in the shop. We'll be in here all week, and we'll do our best to help you get you all fixed up. But look for those packages coming in the mail here pretty quick, and we're going to get back to shipping. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all next week in the Monday morning briefing.